Hello and welcome to card number 4 in March's Kit in the Box. Apologies, I'm on a refilm because I accidentally pressed delete when I shouldn't. So here we go. Third time lucky making the same card, right? So this is the card that we'll be making. So you're going to need your leftover part from earlier. You're going to need your little label, your die cut from the Stitch Shapes dies. You're going to need, so we would have cut a little centimetre strip off this earlier, but this is 10 centimetres by, I can never remember, 29.8. Forgive me if it's not. It's been a very long day. And this designer series paper. I was hoping that hubby would have saved me and been able to save my film, but he couldn't. I'm just going to double check. That is at 10.5, yeah. So we're going to score this at 14.9 with the score blade clip. Okay, so that's going to be our base. We're going to need 2 pieces of this that are, I'll say 9.5. Yes, 9.5 by 13.9. So you will have 2 sheets of this in your kits, and it would have been, they would have been cut just to fit them in the boxes, because you're going to need some for the next card too. That's all the fun and games. 13.9, and then what size was this? I can't remember. 6.5 by 10. What's this? So this is just a remnant of white from earlier, but I'm cutting it to the same 6.5 by 10 as the other piece for inside. Oh, just lost a blend off the back of the table because I've had to bring myself downstairs. So let's burnish this. I think it's very wibbly wobbly on this table, so apologies because it's not my normal one for filming. Okay, so I'm going to place one of those on the front. You wouldn't believe it if I told you somebody's actually letting off fireworks outside. So the cat has just started going very crazy. There we go. And you've got a piece for inside as well. If you don't want to use your DSP for inside, I know not everybody's keen on that. It's fine. It's your DSP. It's your card. These are just ideas. You don't have to do them as I have. And so I put this one at an angle inside just for something different, because I can. Again, I know that's going to upset some people. It probably would have upset me a while ago, but it doesn't anymore. Okay, so I put this on here just like that. I'm going to be able to get stamping in a minute, which is the fun part. But that just makes the basis of our card. Now I've already got, where are we? The stamps that I need on here. I've got my bit from earlier on. So we've got the bowl of guacamole, we've got a cactus, I've got the set of 3 nachos and a sombrero. I haven't got out a little face for Mr. Cactus, so we will grab one of those in a minute. I might even see if I've got one already cut out to save you watching me fussy cut, because there's lots in this set that I've already got done, and it just means that you won't watch me do all of that brushes. So, oh, I am going to need the blender sent off the back of the table though. I think. I'm assuming they'll need this one because it's on the table. So let's try again, shall we? Let's make sure we're on the screen. There we go. Okay, so our cactus as before. I've mashed up my greens. So I went in with the light granny apple green. And I've used the wrong tip for me. It's not to say that it's the wrong tip, it's just I don't normally use this one. But never mind. It's kind of how my week's gone, to be fair. And then stop using the brush end. I've used a little bit of the dark granny apple green, but not a whole lot of that. Still on the screen. Yeah, sorry. Don't normally film down here. This is normally just my crafting zone for moi. So I don't normally have to tell you what, when the colour refresh comes out, I'm going to have to look at which of my blends I've killed over the years, and mind you, hopefully I'll be able to buy them all in another lot. And then I've got Old Olive as well, just to add some more colour in there. And it's the light Old Olive, but it'll just darken some of that up enough. And then I'll quickly go back over some of that. There we go, and we'll leave that a while before we get, what are we going to get, Claire? Come on now. A face on him. I'm only going to do one of these nachos because I've got the wrong colour, haven't I? No, I haven't. This is light so saffron. And that's because I then use the dark daffodil delight over the top of this. Is anybody else really excited for the new colours? I'm kind of equally excited and scared in equal measures, I think. It'll be a very first colour refresh for me, which will be kind of cool. So I'm going in with my bowl of guacamole, and I'm going with light pork potty. And again, because I wanted some definition on there more than pool party was going to give me, I literally just dotted the edges with the light Tahitian tide, just because I thought it looked cute together. And again, I would never have dreamt of doing this a while back either. Two different colours together. Sacre bleu. There we go. And then we'll just blend them in a little bit more. And then I want some, what is that? Light granny apple green on the guacamole. And I haven't got that out, but then I went in with light mossy meadow, just because I think actually guacamole is meant to have some of those dark chunks in it. And again, Stampin' Up! Does a favour in that there's some dottage in there where it's meant to be a bit darker. There we go. And some Pretpo. So, as before, Tahitian tide. And sweet sorbet. I've never really been one that enjoys a stamp set that's colouring. Freya really did me a favour with this one, so well done, kiddo. I've really enjoyed it, and she's made me willing and ready to look for others. And then this is the, I think it's 400, 500. 500, which means I've probably gone in with the dark one, and I didn't want to go in with this one yet. Let's try again, shall we? I think I might have been right the first time. Who knows? These shades always confuse me. I think I've gone in with the wrong one. Never mind. That'll do. It's a sombrero for a cactus. It's not gonna create a piece or anything. So I have got Sleepy Eyes for cactus. Oh, I said I was going to see if I've already got some pre-cuts on those. Oh, I've got some guacamole done. I've got a winky cactus. That'll do. At which point I'm not going to put his eyes on. So then that just means we've got to cut out a nacho and a sombrero, which is easy. Well, they're all easy, to be fair. It is a very easy stamp set for fussy cutting. So I'll have those out. Oh, and then after this one, we've only got one left. I really enjoyed playing with this one. So as much as I do normally always leave a white border on the edging of the sombrero that's going to be on Mr. Cactus's head, or Mr. Cactus's head, I haven't. I've cut it flush, but I'll leave a little border on the rest, just because he wouldn't have a border around where his head's going to be. There we go. Did I bring a bin over? I did, clever girl. Oh, and I've just seen I need to do some embossing too, which is always fun. Not always the easiest thing to do under the camera, however. I tend to miss bits. But we shall see what we can do. And I know I haven't brought the brush over, but never mind. We will make it work. So, our little bowl of nachos literally needs a teensy dollop of glue on there. And a very well placed nacho in there. Guacamole done for, oh, I've got sticky fingers now, I didn't do that very well. We have Mr. Cactus. Diddy bit of glue on there. Helps if you put the lid on properly, Colette. Slanty sombrero on here. And what I do is I tuck it under his arm as well, because I just think it makes him look a little bit more realistic. Because if he is waving, at least he's waving at you. So you'll all have some of, this is last year's In Colour Twine. And funnily enough, I've not really touched this. I can never remember the grain's name. Oh, it's going to really frustrate me as well, because I know I should know it by now. It's only been a year, Colette. Wow. And we only want a tiny bow. That's still a bit too big. Let's try again. That's not too bad, considering it was done live. Well, on camera, rather. There we go. We'll go with that for the minute. So you should have enough Oh, my snips are going blunt. It's not T-shirt tied. T-shirt tied's the blue, isn't it? Sorry, I'm just going to have to check. Parakeet Party. Because it was going to upset me if I didn't know what it was. So, for those new to embossing, you'll need your embossing buddy. You can get them currently in the catalogue with some little friends. They come with tweezers, a tray, and a brush. So, sentiment. For this, we've got your natural average friend. Because, of course, what else would we have for cute little nacho set? And considering we've got nachos all over it, had to be done, didn't it? So, Versamark ink. It kind of is a sticky, tacky ink. I'm going to wish I had my tweezers over here, but I haven't because I wasn't that well prepared. Now I've tipped all of my embossing ink into some of the takeaway tubs just because I find it easier. It's not the best stamping, but for the purpose of this it will very much do. And then my heat tool. So apologies because this isn't going to make a nice sound, she says. If I'd have plugged it in earlier, it would have been marvellous. And I didn't bring my tweezers, so what I'm going to do is just hold it with the corner of my bone folder. And this will start to change. It will curl slightly, but don't panic. There we go. So, there's that. It's gone nice and glossy now. So we can finish putting our card together. Oh, she says, I haven't bought my glue dots over either, so apologies. That's the card that's finished, not the card that we're meant to be doing. Ay, ay, ay. I'm doing very well today, so we're going to need some pads on the back of this. Okay. And I've got that so it's on both sets of paper. Okay, just like that. And then Mr. Cactus is going to have what I'd suggest doing. I don't know if you can see me currently. Is I'm going to put a dimensional so it kind of overlaps his sombrero and his head. There. Because you don't want to put another one immediate. You can get one straight underneath him, as in touching, so buffering. But this end you're going to want a little bit of glue, just because it's going to sit on the bottom of the label. Sentiment. There we go. And then he's going to go about there, I think. And then our bowl of nachos, again, is going to slightly overlap. All I did with this is one dimensional on the back, because then that'll allow us to play with where we want to put it. And again, I overlapped slightly on the corner of the label there. And then I haven't bought my glue dots over, so I am going to be really naughty and put a little dollop of glue on there and hope that my bow will stick and be my friend. Okay, so I'll leave that flat for a bit in the hope that... Oh no, we haven't got any pretties. Where have I put the gems? I've seen them. Here we go. So these ones are slightly different because my order hadn't arrived by the time of needing to send the kits out. And that was after my second. Took 2 orders to get this one done. I'd ordered for some envelopes because I didn't have any left. But then forgot that I didn't order the gems, so I had to make up a second order for the sake of it. But that's never a bad thing. It just means I get more toys to play with. So there we go. That's card number 4. Join me for the last one in a row.